in 150 milliliter, and then you squeeze out 100, what's left? Okay, amount of blood returning, blood remain in the heart after contraction. Okay, end diastolic volume, depending on how long the diastole lasts. The longer the relaxation, the more blood it goes in, also called a preload. End systolic volume, depending on arterial pressure. Afterload is called afterload. And the force of ventricular contraction, how strong your heart squeeze. Okay, that's your end systolic volume. Preload, right there. Okay, degree of stretch on the heart. Okay, and the length of diastole, the filling time. How much are the myocytes stretched before contraction is due to venous return. How much blood is returning to the heart and how much it is stretched. This is called a Frank-Starling law. It's the relationship between the stretch and the contraction. You don't have to memorize this, okay? But more blood return, of course, the bigger the stretch, the more preload, then you have more contraction, more blood is pushed out, okay, and then you have more cardiac output. Contractility. As increases, eject more blood from the heart. So the more heart you have, the more, say it one more time. As increases, eject more blood from the heart equals decrease end systolic volume. So the stronger the heart squeezes, the less leftover you have. Okay, the less leftover you have, and the more that's pumped out. Okay, that's the stroke volume. The more stroke volume, the more pumped out. Factor that increases all this. Okay, what makes the heart contract more? Sympathetic stimulation, high calcium, epinephrine, thyroid hormones. Afterload. Remember what an afterload is? Pressure in the vessels that must be overcome for a ventricle to eject blood through the semilunar valve. Okay, because if you squeeze and you're not strong enough to squeeze, the semilunar valve is not going to open. Okay, that's all it means. Okay, you need to have enough pressure to overcome it. While hypertension reduces blood leaving the heart, it takes more effort to open the valve. Okay, and it cannot stay open long. Okay, this is just the volume. You can read it. Not the volume. Summary of the stroke volume, cardiac output. As long as you understand what each one is, okay, you should be fine. What happens if cardiac output decreases? Okay, here again is just the summary. Okay, baroreceptor again I told you about. It senses the blood pressure. Chemoreceptor, it senses the oxygen and carbon dioxide level. What happened if it decreases the cardiac output? What happened if it increases? Okay, so this one is increase. So if we quickly go through this, what happened if the cardiac output decreased? Like what happened if your heart rate decreased? Right, respond to the heart. What happened if it decreased? It will start raising your heart rate up because something is wrong. It's not enough blood. Okay, your body needs to go back to homeostasis. Okay, overall, it will increase the blood flow and all that. So whenever there's a decrease, it will start increasing. What happens when there's an increase? It will start decreasing. Okay, when there's too much, parasympathetic will kick in. When there's too little, parasympathetic will be suppressed, sympathetic will kick in. Okay, so it's just a back and forth chart, but just read it and see if you understand it. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to the heart anatomy. See if there's a better chart for the blood vessels. This one is not really a good chart, but again, okay. So we'll just have to go through it in lab so we can see the left coronary artery, right coronary artery, the circumflex, and then the marginal arteries. Okay, we'll do that in lab. All right, that's the heart section. See you next time.